Hello people, TF32 here again. We're moving on to Mad Force for the Castlevania 3 Japanese perfect runs, Akumajo Densetsu. We're switching to Trevor, just to make this a bit more challenging, a bit more of a challenge. For Grant, it's just cake, but for Trevor, it makes it a bit trickier, a bit more strategic, and strategy and reflexes is actually a good thing in this game. First thing you have to deal with are these owls. You want to take them out quickly, and if you can't take them out, just dodge them. It's a lot easier to do it with Grant since he can jump higher and has mid-air control, and he can easily hit all these owls with his axe. But we're using Trevor for this portion. But even then, the second part is hell for both characters. Yes, this level is divided into two separate parts. We have a hunchback to deal with, but that one's easy. And now here we have something, a red skeleton. Now, other than being completely invincible to all weapons and being the color red, they also have this nasty habit of doing this. When you hit them, they fall to the ground, and then they immediately get back up. In Castlevania Rebirth on hard mode, they really become a pain that way. And now we have the skeleton pillar to take out. It shoots 3 fireballs at you. No big deal. The main time you want to take it out is when it's not firing the fireballs, otherwise it's a bit too risky. I mean, I was just risking everything right there. Now, part 2 is where things get very crazy. Yeah, you see that little path down there? I'm not even going to bother going down there. We'll get to that in another video. For now, we're going on to the path of Sipho. So without further ado, let's do this. Let's move on to section 2. And first off, we're going to be ambushed by a raven. I'm ignoring that second torch up there because it has an axe. And now I'm going to switch to Grant because this next section, it is hell with Trevor. Getting around these jellyfish without getting hit, without mid-air control, it is ridiculously difficult. Relentlessly difficult. Now, if you have good time, you actually can destroy all the miniatures in one shot of the dagger. I managed it those times, and sometimes they won't even produce them at all. Like, I have no idea how that's activated. If anyone knows, I'd like to find out. I mean, Shadow Mario Galaxy 64, he is like an expert on this game. He knows all about this. So, if anyone knows, most particularly him, I would really like to know how that's activated. So now we're switching back to Trevor so we can get by his whipping skeleton. It only took him 3 games to realize that Trevor should get a taste of his own medicine. And we gotta get around quickly, otherwise you will get ambushed. I don't like that. It's still not as bad as that last one, though. And now we have these spiders from mid-air. They shoot miniatures of themselves, and that just gets very annoying later on. Get rid of the dagger. Thank you. And now here, I'm going to switch to Grant, only because this section right here is very irritating. However, this is the last part before the boss that I can really have actual outtakes. Oh, that was a close one. Okay, now we're on to the boss. I'm gonna switch to Trevor because being this guy with Grant is kind of a joke, really. So, here it goes. You also don't want to whip this block right here because it has a pork chop. Make sure you do not hit that block. This guy, this is Cyclops. He can only be hit in the head. And with Trevor, timing that hit is pretty tricky. His hammer also does a boatload of damage if it hits you. Oh. You can also get some free hits when he draws down his hammer. He can also rush towards you at full speed. So at most you can probably get about 2 free hits every time he does that. And I've never had Cyclops be this cooperative before. Let's see if one thing of holy water can finish him off. Maybe not, but overall, Cyclops is nothing to worry about. So, that is stage 3. Pretty easy stage overall. And now we meet Sipho. Basically, she's a vampire hunter. I will only be doing this with Trevor and Grant, no other characters, so no Sipho. So, yeah, this was an easy stage, but a moderate number of outtakes. Take a guess where all of them were. I'm pretty sure you know just where they are. Now, that first part wasn't so bad. This is where things really start to become hectic. However, I've never tried with Trevor before on for fun runs, so I'm not sure how much easier it is with Trevor, and I think I'm going to fail this. All these jellyfish are going to hurt you like hell. I hate these things. Yeah, I'm getting these things out. I might be making this up, I might be crazy or something, but they always seem to home in on where you are. So you want to get rid of these things as soon as you possibly can, because they take up a bunch of the screen. But if you can actually get rid of them, it wouldn't be so bad. And I'm surprised I haven't used the holy water yet. And man, these things keep coming, and I got hit. Wonderful. I wanted to make things a little bit tricky and well, Castlevania style, because these games are meant to be hard, right? So, oh man. And I got hit anyway, so I may as well either have grabbed the boomerang, or I could have hit the owl. My choice. Let's go our merry way, and be greeted by a raven just trying to kill us. Oh my god. Jesus. And now we have these red flying jellyfish. When you hit them, they hit you. Yep. Stopwatch. I'm not going to get you. See? Like right there. I have no idea how that's controlled. Oh my god. And now here I'm gonna switch to Trevor once, I'm gonna switch to Grant once again to get by a certain section. And I still got hit. Seriously? So, this stage was a bit annoying, but not too bad. So, I have some mixed concerns about this stage. You'll see why in the rating. I give this stage a 3 out of 10. As you can see from the logos, mainly for those flying jellyfish, I absolutely hated that room. Getting through with Trevor, not the right way to do it. I had to do it with Grant, no two ways about it. That is well and truly the only way I found to get by that room. Not only for that, but also 2 rooms later where you have to face all those spiders making miniatures of themselves, constantly coming down from midair. That is a pretty difficult room to do with Trevor. Again, I was forced to use Grant for that one. Just because of his troll-like size, he could easily squeeze through all that stuff. Then you get to Cyclops. Now, this is weird. I didn't have any outtakes with this guy, but actually doing on the virtual console on Castlevania 3, there is no AI difference to him at all. And I had no outtakes with him this time around. I was playing on the virtual console before, and I found him to be a bit of a pain. But now this is a bit of a revisit for me, and he was not difficult at all. Even with Trevor, he had easily led shots. And when he puts down his hammer, that's basically free hits. Now the hammer does hurt a lot if it hits, but as long as they're out of the way, it's no tough fight at all. And if you're using Grant, you can easily manipulate his pattern. He basically has no pattern. So here's the way it works for Grant. He could basically squat on that block where the pork chop is. Again, you don't want to destroy that block. And you basically just stand there, you squat down, and you continually shoot daggers at his head. And that is just very silly. The first room, on the other hand, was absolute cake. Not much to talk about with that place, other than those owls. They could be a bit tricky to lead towards you at some times. But the main annoyance was those jellyfish. I did not like that. So 3 out of 10 seems reasonable for Mad Forest. So I'll see you in the next stage. Next time we'll be going on to the haunted ship, whatever the name of that place is. So until then, this is TF32 signing out, and I'll see you then.